Guys at the Price of Business. I'm your host, Get the Price, talking to you about you and your business. This is already the final segment of today's program. Got my good friend Karen McClure on. She's with Rich Club. That's RICH Club.org, and they are a phenomenal organization. I'm a fan, and really they're a cheerleader because they're helping people pursue the American dream. Individuals stuck in 9-to-5s are getting the opportunity to really change their lives through the organization of the Rich Club. Karen, welcome to the program. Tell us a little bit more about the Rich Club, and then introduce your guest for us today.
All right. Well, the Rich Club is a nonprofit trade association whose sole purpose is to help everybody get rich by investing in real estate. We provide education and networking opportunities for people that are interested in adding a second stream of income or in replacing their job with real estate investing. Today, I have a great guest. He is going to be teaching one of our classes that we're starting up. Our education program is restarting, and he is teaching a class called Driving for Dollars. And this class helps you analyze the state of mind of the homeowner by looking at the house so that you can get some information and find out if that is a house you would like to buy. And
interesting. So I've heard about the body language. Now we're going to hear about house language.
Exactly.
Byron, welcome to the program. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Thank you, Kevin. My name is Byron Surati. I am a self-employed. I am basically, I am my company. I am a full-time real estate investor here in Houston. Been doing this since 1993. I'm currently what we call a wholesaler, where what I do is I run around 7 days a week just looking at houses. And once I get one under contract, I simply sell the contract to one of my cash investors. So that's what that is what I am, a wholesaler. But in the past, I've done rehabs where I've bought, fixed, and sold. And I also was a landlord at one point in time, but I kind of liquidated a couple years back. So that is what I do. I've been around this real estate game for a very long time.
Hey, let me ask you, what is your website? Do you have a website?
My website is byronbuyshouses.com, and it's ByronBuysHouses.com, byronbuyshouses.com.
Very good. Go ahead, Karen.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the class you've got coming up. You want to give us an idea. I know a lot of times in real estate there's a trade-off between how much time you spend and how much money you spend. So your course is for people who have extra time or time to spend in getting started, and then as they gather money, they would do things a little differently maybe. But this is a good course for people with time and not necessarily a lot of money. So why don't you tell them the kinds of things they'll learn, or give us an example of what they'll learn?
Exactly. One of the things, first of all, you got to do a large mail-out campaign. So that is one thing. But for those of us who does not have $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of campaign money, one of the things that we could do is go doing Driving for Dollars. And basically what that is you simply drive through neighborhoods looking for houses that are in distressed situations. And the way I teach this class is different than what most other people would teach this class. Most people would just say, drive around looking at neighborhoods, look for abandoned houses, look for vacant houses, look for tall grass, look for newspapers. And that's what most seminars would teach. Mine goes deeper into that. What I actually do is I analyze what I would call a body language of the house. I look for houses that are in distress. My theory is that when a homeowner is in distress, it shows up in the body language of the house by means of neglect. They would obviously, one of the things they would do is they would let the grass grow because they got other bigger issues in their lives, like light bill being due and mortgages not being paid. So things like that is much higher on their priority list. And something like grass not being cut is like number 350th on their priority list. Another thing I would say is something like if there's trash on their front lawn, like say, for example, a Coke can, something as simple as walking over and picking up that can is, you would think, is a no-brainer. But for somebody who's more worried about their lights being cut off, that Coke can is like number 380th on their priority list. So that's what I would analyze, is things like Coke cans on the front lawn, mailbox not properly taken care of. That's the kind of issues I look for when I'm looking for properties that what I would call distressed houses.
So that tells you a little bit more than just somebody's on vacation, because tall grass and newspapers could just be someone out of town, or so you're looking a little deeper and really looking for distress.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and frankly, even newspapers left around, I would think, is kind of an indicator that, they didn't even have another neighbor come and grab their newspapers, or they didn't even call the newspaper to tell them to stop sending it those days, showing kind of a disregard about the house, maybe even in transition. Or am I overreading that, Byron?
No, that's actually perfectly right. I mean, they got other bigger problems in their lives that something as little as picking up a newspaper is way down at the bottom of their list. So that's exactly the kind of signs I would look for.
Yeah, interesting. By the way, I looked up your website and it didn't come out correctly.
Okay.
Spell that out for me one more time.
BYRON
BYRON
BUYSHOUSES.com. ByronBuysHouses.com.
Really good. Go ahead, Karen. Your next question. By the way, Karen, when is the seminar and what is the investment for the seminar?
Okay, the seminar is going to be held on March. Oh, wrong month. May. Where am I? May 31st. It costs $149 for rich members, $199 for guests, and if you sign up at the door, it is $10 extra. So please go online and sign up. It's going to be a great day. It goes from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock. You're going to learn a ton of stuff, and I think this is just the beginning of a great time at Rich, when we're going to have these excellent courses where people really can take a class, get out there, and start seeing some results.
Yeah, I love it. I think this is extremely practical. You know, what's interesting about it, even if they're not there yet mentally, the potential seller, you've already begun to make that early engagement. So when they do get closer, even before they really have obvious signs, you become a go-to person to go to. Is that correct, Byron?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, one more thing I would say. Right now, I'm in the process of taking as many as 100 to 150 pictures. I'm driving around looking at houses and taking pictures of them. And what I'm going to do at the class here is show pictures of houses and then count to 3 seconds and then turn off the picture. And then the group will decide whether that house is worthy of a mail or not. So by the time we're done looking at 100 pictures, everyone in the group should know what a house is, what a distressed house would look like. I mean, we're going to have quite a bit of training on that, but everybody who walks out of that seminar would know what a distressed house would look like by the time I'm through with them.
Wow. I think that sounds like it's going to be extremely valuable. Karen, thanks so much for bringing this to us. Karen McClure, richclub.org, exactly like it sounds. And then our guest today, Byron Surati. He's with ByronBuyHouses.com. Great segment. I think it's going to be a phenomenal seminar.
Thank you very much, sir.
You bet. Thanks again, Karen.
You're welcome. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, when we're back tomorrow, we're going to have much more for you. The show continues 24/7, though, at priceofbusiness.com. And the best content here, including this interview, will be found over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. Have a great rest of your day, and spend it right here